I have a great idea, but I'll never do it. It might happen. Sure, the monkeys might fly out of my butt. I don't think so.
I don't see it happening.
Hey, everyone. It's me, John.
And me, Louise.
And you're listening to I Have a Great Idea, but I'll Never Do It for the first time in 7 months.
Whoa.
It's been since November.
Oh my gosh. Get out of town.
I will not get out of town because quarantine.
Yeah. Which might lead you to believe that we would have more time to chat with each other, but...
We're busy people on different coasts.
Yeah. And we didn't know how long this thing was going to last.
Yeah, right.
I was prepping every day to re-enter the world.
Every day. To go from like boarded up stores to we're back open now.
I mean, a girl can dream.
Yeah, a girl can dream. You said it, Louise. Louise, how's it going?
It's going.
We've had plenty of time to think of ideas. I have a small handful.
Okay, I too have a small handful.
Good.
And full disclosure, 3 of those I didn't elaborate, so I only have the name of it, and I'm like, wonder what that great idea was.
I love that you come up with names for things. I don't typically come up with the names for things. Sometimes they'll come to me as I'm talking about it, but typically it's not something that I really plan for.
Well, sometimes the inspiration will hit me when I'm like right in between like dream and awake. And I'll be like, I gotta write this down or I'll forget it by the morning. And so I'll open up my application and I'll type it in and then immediately fall asleep and wake up in the morning and be like, wonder what that was.
Oh, well. So a lot's been going on in the world.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I have no ideas about how to solve this pandemic we're in or how to solve all of the racial injustice in the world.
Yeah. These are tough ones that are going to take a while.
Right. And if I come up with a great idea for it, I'm not waiting 7 months to tell somebody.
Yeah. And if I tell someone, it's everybody I know and not just the listeners of this podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. So, do you want to kick us off with an idea?
I would love to.
Are you drinking like Ecto Cooler right now? That's what it looks like.
It's Gatorade.
Okay.
I actually have 2 beverages. I'll explain them because the people listening can't see them. I have 2 half glasses because I like to have multiple beverages all the time. One is a green juice and one is Gatorade.
They look exactly the same. Except the green juice seems to have some things at the bottom.
Yeah, it's cloudy and grainy at the bottom. So I got to re-stir it, but
yeah,
we'll see. Swish it around at the bottom. So in quarantine, I was doing a lot of baking right at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
And so my first idea, which I don't have a name for, is an in-oven cake tester spike. I don't know if you know this, but every time you open the oven door, the temperature inside drops like 75 to 100 degrees every time you open it. And depending on how stellar of an oven you have, it's going to take it a little time to heat back up to the temperature that it should be to cook your food. So if you're one of those people that has a very dirty or cloudy window into your oven, you can't just like sort of see, and you need to poke a little spike in. And if the spike comes out clean, then you know it's ready. And if the spike comes out with goo on it or batter or, whatever you happen to be cooking.
If it's not batter, what's this goo it would be?
It could be caramel.
Okay.
Sometimes I like to put a caramel ribbon in brownies. Okay. And sometimes, in any case, it would be very convenient if you could like pull a lever on the side or press a button and have like a spike go down into your baked good and then lift up so that you could see 5 more minutes or it's ready. Take it out now so you don't overbake it.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Very clever. And by the way, I watched the Great British Baking Show. I know all about how ovens should not be opened when you're baking something.
I mean, especially a souffle. That'll fall and it'll never rise again.
Never. That's a great idea. I don't have a name for it either, but it's just kind of like one of those doodads that just doesn't necessarily need a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-explanatory.
The goo grabber. I don't know.
Yeah, the baking spike. I don't know.
The baking spike.
Oven spike. Yeah. We'll roll those around on our tongues for a while.
Now, is this something that you attach to the inside of your oven, or is it a feature of ovens, or both?
Ooh, why can't it be both?
Why can't it be both?
Yeah, and it probably should be adjustable for area as well, because if you're cooking, let's say, a pan of brownies, you can kind of just go on in there. But let's say you've got a Bundt pan, and it can't, you might hit part of the metal pan. So you should be able to like kind of adjust the spikes. Yeah. There's an app for that.
Sure. Yeah, it can be an app-based situation.
Yeah.
Depending on how fancy you want to get.
Yeah. I just feel like if we have like steam injection ovens for like supreme bread making, let's just put a little spike thing in there, a cake tester.
Yeah, because also a lot of ovens aren't necessarily calibrated properly. And the temperature that you think that it is, it might not be.
Correct.
So your baking times may vary according to the recipe.
And according to altitude.
That's right. Yeah. That's a thing.
Yeah.
I wish I had something for baking. I have one thing that has to do with food.
Okay.
And this is one that I actually never put down in my notes, but it has been one that I've actually been able to remember for months.
Woo!
And I put it in my notes today before we recorded.
Done.
So for anybody who doesn't know, I have a brother who is in the pizza world. He is Scott of Scott's Pizza Tours and all the things that come with that. And something that I learned from him very early on is the importance of keeping a box of pizza when you're getting takeout level so that things don't slide around. And sometimes you can have control over that. Sometimes you don't. And one of those things is if you're driving, picking up a pizza, putting it on the seat in your car, the seat's not level.
Sure isn't.
It's going to slope in one way or another. So if there was something that you can put down on top of a car seat that keeps a box of pizza level. Now, it can be as basic as just something that you just go like click, 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 click until it's level, and it's got like little bubbles on it so you can tell when it's level. Or it can be fancy and be one of those like self-leveling mechanisms, because you could be going down a hill and then things can start to tip. But then if you have this thing, it can like self-level.
This is incredible and just a testament to our friendship. Do you know what my next idea is?
Tell me what it is, Louise.
Well, I've named it the gyro platter. And it's like those little kid non-spill snack containers. So you can like put the Cheerios in it and your kid can grab them out. But if they drop it on the floor, it like rolls in a way that the opening stays on top so that it doesn't fall out. You could totally set a pizza on my gyro platter that's going to level it out.
So walk me through your gyro platter.
Yeah, well, the name's inspired by those hometown like carnival gyroscope or space camp. I mean, I don't know where you're at. Like rides where just like the equilibrium's constantly trying to like level out.
Right.
So yeah, I guess it doesn't have to be. It's like probably a hoop and another hoop inside of that hoop that you would buckle into your car, or if you're walking to a picnic or whatnot, and you got to keep that stuff level. So
So your idea is the same as mine, except not specific to pizza.
Right. Or like
Mine
a
was just
steady
inspired
cam.
by pizza.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I was going to use the word gimbal, which is, a mechanism for cameras to keep them steady. So, oh my God, we had the same idea.
After 7 months. I mean, that's incredible.
This is a got it moment for I have a great idea, but I'll never do it. And for anybody who's been sleeping on Got It, our podcast where we mind meld, you got to check it out.
Check it out. It's bite size.
Yeah. Some of them are like a minute long.
Yeah.
So I love it. We completely mind melded on an idea.
Sure did. That's great.
Yeah, we sure did. I had a similar idea. So you and I have been talking for years about fitted sheets.
Oh, yeah.
And flat sheets as well, like top sheets, all sorts of sheets we talk about. Everybody has an issue with folding a fitted sheet. And even the best solutions for them aren't great.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
I feel like the best time I've ever fitted a sheet still looks like garbage. It just is, technically folded. So what I propose is a foldable tablet that is, can fold out to be the size of your mattress or sheet, whatever you want to call it. And then it kind of like stretches it out so that it's essentially emulating the fitted sheets fit on a mattress. And that then can fold. You know what I mean?
With the corners around it so that it
With the
always
corners
stays
around
in.
it. Yeah. So it essentially turns it into a flat area, and then you can fold up that tablet to become essentially a folded fitted sheet.
Right.
It might get a little bulky, but
It might, but it also could be really uniform.
right. For those who care about having those little, the corners lined up to be able to fit into something, just so, rather than just being like a big mess of sheet.
Yeah. I also kind of like this because growing up, my mom would often buy, let's say, the same sheets that I had on my bed, but hers was a queen and mine was a twin. And so I would constantly be like pulling a sheet out of the like linen closet that I thought was mine. And it turned out like it wouldn't be mine because it would be hers, but it would just be a similar color. Or I was like, if there was a way that we could know. And if they were on these uniform foldy platforms, then you'd be like, clearly this one's the bigger one and this one's mine. Or vice versa.
Okay, a couple of things on that. Of course you and Mare had matching sheets.
We're the same.
That's bananas. And also, I am imagining that there's still like little kid styles. So like she has like a My Little Pony bed going on. That's just what I imagine.
I also was into like weird groovy things. So
Okay.
I might have sheets that are like brown with orange and yellow flowers on them because that was cool in the 70s. Even though I wasn't a kid in the 70s, I was like into weird stuff like that, which that doesn't make any sense. But here we are.
No, you were a kid in the 80s/early 90s.
Yeah.
And the equivalent of that now would be like a kid wanting a pattern that would have been popular in like 2008. Isn't that crazy? What even would that be? I can't even imagine.
I feel like all the references I'm about to make are even too old for that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God. We're getting old. It's crazy.
That's all right. We're lucky
It's
enough
weird.
to get that way.
Yeah, that's right. Now I'm looking to see if there's any ideas that I have that relate to aging. But I don't. But since I just went, do you have another one that you want to come on to off of that one?
Yeah, I feel like we have talked about this before, but in the 7 months that it has taken us to record again, I thought that it was a good idea again, so I'll just say it again. But it's a jewelry clasp assistant because sometimes you can't get your finger like the right way on a bracelet, or you can't get like the clip on a necklace. So if there was like a drawstring that you could like somehow, I don't know, use to extend the portion that attaches. So I don't know. Right. Or if there was like a double stranded necklace that was like integrated in. So when you pulled it tight, it went over your head or over your wrist or hand. Mm-hmm. And then you could like pull it, or something more ergonomic, or a tool that could be integrated for like a different camera that does a mirror switch. Because recently, my friends and I have been doing a lot of Marco Polo because we got really, really fatigued from Zoom meetings and FaceTime. So Marco Polo was a really convenient app that we would use instead, just to check in with each other. But we noticed in one of our conversations that it mirrors the video part differently. So we were having a hard time being like, wait, what way are you looking? Is that your right shoulder? Like, because you're going left or whatever. So similarly, when you try to like do a necklace in the mirror, so somehow in your brain it flips it. So maybe something like that could be the new element of that. Yeah, I don't.
Interesting. I mean, it seems like the jewelry clasp situation has been historically difficult. Yeah. Is it just that there have been new methods, but they just haven't been embraced?
Maybe. Yeah. Probably. Or maybe it's like a recent thing now that people want to wear like shorter necklaces, because a big necklace you could just put on over your head and then it just like, you know. Or maybe it's so that we all do it all ourselves now. We don't have servants to put our jewelry on for us and dress us like.
Oh, you don't?
Oh.
My valet has the afternoon off while we're recording.
Okay.
I was thinking that it would be a good opportunity to listen to a listener voicemail.
Oh.
Hey, Bartles here. Got an idea. You know when you're baking a bundt cake and you have like a rum glaze and you want it to go into the baked cake and not kind of just roll off the sides. So you got to like aerate your bundt after it's done. You poke. Takes a long time. What if you had a device in the shape of a bundt that had, I don't know, 100 needle-like things? One pressed down, right back out. The entire bundt is aerated. Let me know what you think. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
The Merry Christmas really tells you how infrequently we record these episodes. It's summer.
Yes.
Okay, we're talking bundt cakes this episode.
I mean,
I think that we're going to have a bundt-related episode title.
Get on the bundt wagon.
Nothing bundt trouble.
Whoa.
That is I've never made a bundt cake personally. Louise, we have talked bunts before.
Sure have.
Yeah.
I think a bundt aerator for glaze is genius.
Yeah. So just like a little thing that you just go like bloop and you're done.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Thank you for the call. If you have an idea that you want to call in, it's 304-804-IDEA. And we'd love to hear from you. Or you can email us greatideapod@gmail.com.
And if you'd rather be anonymous, just say, make up a different name when you call in. Or when you email, don't say who I am. Or, we'll respect that.
Totally. But we want to thank our caller for calling.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So I had an idea. I think that this falls in line with what you had been talking about before with jewelry. And because this idea can work also for jewelry, but I'm speaking specifically about cleaning eyeglasses. So as an eyeglass wearer, and I know, Louise, you are a part-time eyeglass wearer.
It's true.
I don't know, there's a bit of a stigma when it comes to cleaning your lenses using anything but an eyeglass cleaning cloth.
Yeah, I was going to say a microfiber towel.
A microfiber towel. Because if you use a shirt, then it's like, you're scratching the lenses, blah, 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 blah.
Uh-huh.
But what if shirts along the bottom on the inside had like a strip of microfiber?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Or the inside of ties, the back of ties.
Yeah.
Could just be, a microfiber cleaning cloth. Why do we have to be slave to the idea of carrying around a separate little cloth? I won't stand for it.
You could even, you know how sometimes on like baby clothing, they'll have or baby accessories, I guess, they'll have like a clip so that they don't have their pacifier drop on the ground or whatever. You could even have like a tiny like miniature clip that would clip to the back of your tie that then you could put like on a little, I don't know. I like the inside seaming on the bottom. That's like just convenience galore.
Yeah, totally. Now, I understand that not everybody has an exposed, part of their shirt that they can access like that. If you are a tucker inner or a dress wearer, then that's a different situation. But
on
surely
your dress,
we can figure something out.
If you're a dress wearer, it could be just on the bottom of the hem, because when you would sit down at a table,
if you're sitting pretty.
You're sitting pretty.
Yeah.
And you can
with
see.
Those clean ass lenses.
Yeah. Ooh, I like it.
So, that's what I've got.
It's also probably really convenient in the time of COVID-19 if you are a glasses wearer, or at least this happened to me at the beginning of quarantine, which was still March. But I would have my mask on, covering my nose and my mouth, and I would have glasses on to take the dog out for a walk. Immediately, they would fog up. They would fog up immediately. So if I could just quick take them off and wipe them with the inside of my microfiber hem and put them back on, I mean, they'll probably fog up again, but at least I would get that one moment to see.
Sure. How have you been dealing with mask plus glasses? Have you just been doing contacts as much as possible?
Yeah, it's one of the things that, although I will say on morning walks when it's quite early, it's not cold enough anymore to deal with the fog situation. But what I run into, and it's just because I have a child-sized head and my mask is made for a proper adult, that my mask comes up, I'm not kidding you, to about my lower lashes on my nose and goes under my chin. Again, I have a tiny head. But my glasses will, whether they're sunglasses or regular glasses, like slide all the way off because they go right over under my mask. And so I don't have the ability to like.
So what you need is a mask that leaves room under your eyes, but then scoops up onto the bridge of your nose, but then has a little lip for your glasses to rest on.
Yeah. Or like a snap that I could just snap the mask to the glasses.
I was thinking about this just like a week ago. Yes, a little clasp, like a hook.
Yeah.
That can go from the top of your mask onto the bridge of your glasses.
Yeah.
I love it. I wonder if that's even a way to like a strapless mask that kind of has like a form to it.
You could even do hooks on the side arms of your glasses.
Oh, yeah.
And the bridge.
So, my wife, Laura, has been on a big sewing kick, especially since lockdown began. And she has been sewing up a storm. A lot of face masks. And I think I'm going to try to design something with her, if she'll allow it. Like a modified version of one of the current methods that she has.
I mean, I would be into that.
You'd be a beta tester?
I would be a beta tester for sure.
I wonder if she would need like facial measurements.
Just use your daughter.
Yeah. My not even 3-year-old, you and she have the same size head?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
I mean, probably. I was a chaperone on a teenage birthday party trip once, and at the hotel, we all got baseball caps, and I had to go down to the front desk and say, "Do you have any child ones?" And I traded for a kid one.
What were these baseball caps?
Oh, they just said like the name of the hotel on them and were a specific color. It was just like to wear if I don't know.
To keep track of everybody and
Yeah. Or if you just didn't want to wear sunglasses because you just applied sunscreen and so you put on the baseball cap to shade your face, or I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It was swag.
Okay. The teens were into it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a little surprising.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming they're teenage girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing is when one person does it, it's not cool. But when everybody in the group does it, it's exclusive.
I like it. A little bit of an exclusive. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. But I did get a kid one because I was like, this is not gonna work.
Oh my God, I love it. Little peanut head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. So I do want to talk about what you challenged me to back in November. But if you have more things that you want to talk about, we can hold off.
I can let it go. The only other idea I have.
Let's hear it.
I mean, that's the kicker, is that I don't think it's an idea. So here's what I have written down.
Mm-hmm.
Dragwar instead of Jaguar.
Okay.
And my notes are wigs, lipstick, snapping.
Is it a cartoon about a jaguar in drag?
It is now.
Yeah. Okay.
It
I
is
like it.
now.
I can't even think of what else that would be.
No, the only thing I was thinking is like a car?
Right, there's the car, but how would the drag situation, unless it was a car built for drag queens?
Okay.
But I don't know where the snapping comes into it, unless the horn is snapping.
Okay. I was going to say it's the sister cartoon to the Jaguar drag cartoon, and this one is about cars that wear wigs and lipstick.
Okay.
And it's like a car show about drag wars. Yeah.
Or maybe it's part of the movie Cars 4. Where are we in that series?
Yeah. I mean,
maybe it's a new character in the Cars series of Pixar films.
Look, when I had this idea, I was like, this is golden, and I need to write this down.
This is worthy of the list.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get on to challenges then. That was all I had.
I like it. So you challenged me to corks / bottle stoppers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So these things might exist. I just don't know. Now, I was thinking about a cork for a bottle of champagne that also is a gauge for how much pressure is still in the bottle. So it'll let you know, if it's not bubbly anymore, and you don't have to take that test sip and it's just like down the drain.
I also kind of like this for the reverse. I accidentally knocked over that can or that small bottle in the fridge. Is it safe to open yet?
Oh, yeah. That's good too. See, I was thinking one that you keep around for after you already open the bottle, but I do like that.
It still happens to an already opened bottle of soda, just FYI.
Yeah. So that's true. That's true. So the other thing that I had was a cork for wine that's already been opened that lets you know if it's gone bad.
Love that.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a chemical that is or isn't there when a bottle of wine is still good, but
maybe it's like an alarm that it just goes chirp, chirp when it
drink me
when it's not good anymore. Or,
yeah, it's you've got 1 day left. Drink me now.
Yeah.
But then that little chirp, is that going to bug the crap out of you until you actually drink it.
Yeah, you should
Kinda
drink
like
it,
a
or
smoke
you should.
detector.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a smoke detector, but maybe the frequency of the chirp gets like faster or closer together when it's like getting really super bad, and the only way, like, it chirps a couple times.
I'm wondering if instead of a chirp, it's smartphone like enabled, you know,
Okay,
like it's
yeah.
Bluetooth enabled and will send you a notification.
Yeah,
Because a chirp can get pretty annoying.
it can, but also don't. That's wasting your wine away.
It's true. Yeah. If you're the kind of person who would buy such a cork, you
Yeah.
would want to hear that chirp.
Right.
Yeah. What did I challenge you to? Do you even remember?
You challenged me, yeah, to alternate side parking and street cleaning.
Okay.
So this is a thing that has been suspended during quarantine. I think the first week it was like, business as usual. And then a bunch of employees probably got furloughed, and it was like, hold that thought. Nobody sit in their cars. Don't leave your apartments. But my idea was sort of like a Inspector Gadget type kind of extending arm that would go out alongside the roof of cars. Obviously,
Okay.
I didn't think in advance, like, what if you have a truck or a giant SUV or something? But like, it would extend out over the cars,
Or
and
a
then,
Jaguar
or a Jaguar,
with a wig on it.
and then angle down. Yeah, you can't disturb the wig, and sort of like sweep along the curb so that you wouldn't have to move your car out of the way. Or the cleaner truck gets right up next to the back car along the aisle, and then like lizard tongue style, like sweeps out from underneath the tires. Because I think in previous episodes we've had ideas where if everybody had to park on this conveyor belt thing, it would like move you up to the appropriate distance between the next vehicles, so that sometimes people, I mean, it's not always people. Sometimes a Sprinter van pulls out and then a Fiat pulls in, and it's not enough for two cars to fit there. But if there was some sort of system that would put you into the right spacing so that it was efficient for more cars to park there. Because sometimes you get like 3 or 4 cars in a row, and then you're like, this could definitely be 7 cars if everybody was better at parking.
Oh, totally.
We've had ideas like that in the past, but I think they were more like efficiency ideas, not street cleaning ideas. So yeah, that was like my go-go gadget arm to go next to the curb between the tires, and then my lizard tongue for underneath the car.
I like it.
Yeah.
The lizard tongue is just fun to imagine. For the next episode, which who knows when it will be, my challenge for you is the concept of working from home.
Okay. Interesting. I guess that I didn't pre-think about this before this moment. So my challenge to you is going to be blankets.
Blankets. Okay.
Leave it vague and broad.
Blankets. Writing that down. Okay, cool. That's so many things you could do with blankets.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Is that beeping your dishwasher?
It is.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay. That's okay. It's good to know for context for our listeners what that beep is.
It's a chirp.
It's not you.
Letting me know.
It's a chirp. Your wine's ready. So, everybody needs to listen to Got It. It'll take you no time at all to listen to it. We recorded a few before we hit record here, and maybe we'll even do one afterwards now that we've been like in the groove for a little while.
Yeah.
Now that our minds have like reset to one another's. So check that out. I have a podcast that I do with my brother Dan called Ruined Childhoods, where we talk about cult and classic movies. And imagine what they could be like if they were remade or given a sequel or prequel or rebooted.
Or if they even deserve that.
And Louise, gotta say, you come up on the latest episode, which is Throw Mama from the Train.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Your name is brought up in a high regard.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I will tell you, I am behind on listening because I'm an avid listener and a good friend supporter.
You
and
sure are.
And a completionist. So you know I'm going to listen to everything. But I am just finished with, oh my gosh, I almost said the wrong title. Cutting Edge.
Oh, Cutting Edge. Okay, so you've been taking some time with that one.
Yeah.
Because you let me know your thoughts about something with Cutting Edge. And on the next episode after that, we talk about you because I mentioned your comments to me about the Cutting Edge. The Cutting Edge episode is great because that one we were joined by Millie DeCherico, who is the programmer for Turner Classic Movies and Turner Underground. And she is hilarious. She kind of curated our month of May of episodes that we were releasing, which it's a weekly podcast. I don't know how we do it. And so Millie kind of curated the episodes that we would do. And she was like, and the Cutting Edge, and if you do that one, I've got to be on it. So we were just like, yeah, totally. The one before that was Ishtar with New York-based writer Carrie Corrigan, who's amazing and has been preaching the word of Ishtar and Elaine May for a long time. We just had on our episode about the John Cryer movie Hiding Out, we had the co-star Keith Coogan. Oh, a lot of k sounds, and Carrie Corrigan, Keith Coogan. So Keith Coogan, he was also in Adventures in Babysitting as the brother, and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, who's like the stoner brother in that. And he's in Toy Soldiers. He just had a chunk of years where he was in everything. He's in the movie Cheetah, the Disney movie Cheetah. He was the kid in that. So yeah, so he joined us on our episode about Hiding Out, which is a lot of fun.
Very cool. It's a lot of fun to listen to, so I highly endorse.
Yay! What you have going on, Louise?
I think I'm like having a Gary Gnu's moment. Like, no Gnu's is good Gnu's.
Yeah,
we're doing a lot of apartment projects during quarantine, and a lot of recipe testing, and a lot of distraction from all of the bad that is happening on the outside. And I was teaching myself to embroider.
Yeah, you've been doing that pretty regularly.
Yeah.
How's that been going?
Well, I gotta say, it's pretty therapeutic.
Good.
I mostly would do counted cross stitch. And so I would work off a pattern and have like specific colors, and embroidery is kind of much more use these type of stitches, good luck. And
oh, gotcha.
So it's okay. It's instant gratification.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I am working from home, will answer, I don't know, 200 emails in a day and be like, what did I do today? And I could also embroider for 10 minutes and be like, look what I did.
Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, I need hobbies like that, like tactile hobbies.
Yeah.
Don't really have that.
And I was
Maybe I'll start embroidering.
Yeah, and I was baking quite a bit at the beginning of quarantine. Only then the problem is, especially in quarantine, it's not like before when I would bake and then be able to bring half of a cake or a whole cake to somewhere and be like, I made this cake, everyone enjoy, because in quarantine, then it's just for me.
Yeah.
Nobody needs that much cake.
No, it's true. My daughter's 3rd birthday is coming up, and the only thing that she has requested is cake. So I guess I got to figure that out. I've got about a month and a half.
I believe in you.
Thank you. Yeah. So, call us 304-804-IDEA. Write to us, greatideapod@gmail.com. Got anything else?
I'm good. Spent.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Thanks for hanging out with me.
I don't see it happening.